Be prepared, right from the very start and throughout, for frank and confronting discussions of sexual themes, offensive language, violence, and drug and alcohol abuse. Most of the 70,000 prostitutes working across the UK are desperate to change their lives.
I am trying my hardest to stop doing it, and you know that.
In searingly honest first-hand accounts.
7 days a week at times. I got a drug habit to fund.
We meet those selling sex on the streets.
Just the same vicious circle, making money and just making drugs.
They take us into a dark world.
I've been raped before, sexually assaulted.
I was subjected to multiple rapes by the 4 of them over an 8-hour period.
Ravaged by addiction, trapped in a lifestyle they can't escape.
Crack cocaine, prostitution, prison. That's my life.
This is the reality of being a street worker.
We join the volunteers trying to save them.
They have to make up their minds whether they want to come out. We can't force them. Whenever they're ready, we're there.
And we hear the story of one woman who's turned her life around.
I met a victim, and here you are showing up a survivor.
Hello.
What a difference.
One young person who's worked as a prostitute since his late teens is Colin. Today, he's taking his friend Brandon to an area of wasteland known as the Gardens to show him where he sells sex.
This is the Gardens. There's guys around here already. We'll go in this way.
Looks a bit freaky, to be fair.
It is freaky. It's quite dangerous and all.
Oh.
Now watch the bricks, Brandon, because it's like all tomorrow here.
Oh.
Don't come down here on your own.
I wouldn't.
There's people who go across that area across there, in them little woodlands, in the bushes across there. It's a massive area, so you can go anywhere in here. They've hid stones at me before from the top of there. I'll take you across here. I'll show you the hut.
It's like a maze around here. Oh.
Here. So a lot of people come in here and have sex in here. This is how dangerous it is. Some people push you down and you end up down there. One of my mates got pushed down there and the ambulance had to come and fire brigade to get him out.
Absolutely disgusting.
That's reality.
If he's coming down here to make money and stuff like that, I need to try and help him and support him to get away from all this now.
And that's the steep part. That part there. That's where my friend got pushed down.
I like the view, but that's about it. I think there are people all over the place, just knocking around somewhere.
You alright, how are you? Not bad, what you up to? Chilling? Yeah, the same. Do you come down here often? No worries. I was talking to a guy who's about 22, 24, something like that. I think he's Pakistani, and he's just walking around, asking if anyone was here. Anyone walking around? I says no.
My stomach's turning, it really is. Because this is absolutely disgusting.
But this is the reality of being a street worker. Come on, I'll show you another part. Some people go into them bushes behind you. Some people go down there, down the steps.
You've got to do something, Colin. You seriously do. This is absolutely disgusting. It's freezing cold out here. And you're doing stuff like that, like escorting and trying to find people. It's just a big risk.
But I am trying my hardest to stop doing it.
Oh, it's sad.
And you know that.
I know you are. You try, but I think you need to try and ease off the alcohol, and then I think that's when things will become a stop, if you know what I mean. I never knew about any of this. I never knew it even existed.
Well, you know now.
Why? I wish I never down. Oh, I'm sick to the stomach just being here.
Right, I'll show you back out.
I'm definitely disinfecting my shoes later on. I'm glad to be out of there.
Now that's the gardens.
Sonia began selling sex on the streets in her late teens, after drug addiction took hold of her life.
I was a street worker for 6 years. The punters are going past you. If they like you, they'll stop. If you don't, you'll drive on. It used to be a mixed feelings of dread, but like relief that maybe I get some money now. Go and score. When you've got an addiction like crack cocaine, it dictates every waking hour what you do. I was out 24/7, all to feed me habit.
Sonia's early start in life was fairly content.
It was a great childhood, yeah. But there was always happiness and love in the home. As I got into my teens, I always felt different. I felt like the odd one out. I can't really explain it, just really out of sorts with the world, with everyone. You know, I used to go out partying like anyone, used to drink, had a full-time job, but I had an addictive personality. And ex-boyfriend was introduced me to cocaine, and it just took off. And then things started to become unmanageable really, really quickly. Instead of paying me mum keep for, you know, food, be blowing me money on cocaine. And I got to the point where my mum had to kick me out the house. From cocaine, it moved on to crack cocaine, which a dealer introduced me to. And it just sort of like spiraled out of control. I ended up homeless. And then I was introduced to street work. That was it for me. I was sort of like caught up. Every time we got into a punter's car, it's like playing Russian roulette with our lives. We didn't know who they were. We didn't know what was going to happen. You know, we could have ended up dead. All I can remember is these two guys picking me up. When they said, do you want to come back? And they paid me up front as well. But when we got back to the flat, there was two more waiting. And they attacked me, the four of them. I was subjected to multiple rapes by the four of them over an 8-hour period. All I remember is in the morning leaving the house in a terrible state, blood run down my legs, bruises. And I just remember going into a police station and just collapsing on the floor and just thinking, that's it, I'm gonna die. And even after that, all that trauma, I was back out again in like a day. It's not easy money at all. It comes with a price. For me, the price I paid was on my mental health. It just took years of abuse and torment and me assaults. And then I had to think about my family as well, you know. They'd be burying me if I didn't come off the street. I knew that. This stigma attached that prostitutes are just druggies and thieves. No, it's way more complex than that. Most of the people out on the streets that I know are damaged. That's a human being out there, and they need to be treated like such. They need love and support, like I did. I got it, and that's why I'm here clean 7 years.
Up and down the UK, outreach groups provide support to street workers. Sophia, and a team of volunteers, known as the Women on the Frontline Ministries, have been working in East London for the last 7 years.
Every Friday night and Tuesday night, we go out to known areas where the women are. We usually go out with like gift bags with toiletry items in them, and we go out with chocolates, and these kind of things tend to open up conversations with the women, and they love them basically. And I think it's a way of letting them see that we're not after anything from them.
The vast majority of those involved in prostitution want to leave, but feel they have no other option for survival.
We want to encourage them to exit that lifestyle, but also let them know that there is hope and there are options open to them. So we would refer them to other organisations where they may need help. The most important thing is building their trust.
One of the things we really want to do is just to try and just give them an alternative, just break through their understanding to realise that they're more than this. This isn't their lot. There is a way out, there's hope for them.
Last time we went out, there were 2 girls that we definitely thought they were ready to come out if they had the right kind of place to go to.
That is our long-term vision, is to have a house where the women can come in and feel safe. Some of them are homeless, so they need somewhere where they can come in and have a shower and a change of clothes and hot meal. No woman at the age of 10, 12 or growing up would say, you know what I want to do when I grow up? I want to be a prostitute. So it's through no choice that many of them have found themselves in this situation.
They keep asking for hugs and please give us another hug.
Yeah, we had that last week.
Yeah, then they said, well, you have given us strength to go through the night again.
Yeah. If we didn't go out, these girls wouldn't have those hugs, they wouldn't have the gifts, they wouldn't have someone telling them, we care about you, you know, you're a woman of worth, you matter.
Sometimes we may meet a girl for that one night and we may never see her again, and we never know what happened to her, whether she exited or whether she's still in the industry or whether she's in rehab or whether she died. When you see them wander off with a guy around the corner, you don't know if they're going to come back.
You're walking into their territory, their life. They've got things going on that we don't know about. They could be being watched, their pimp could be in a car opposite, and they would get in trouble if they don't get enough business and what have you. So we have to be very sensitive. One girl said, I just want to be able to have somebody that I can talk to that isn't a man that's after my body. The punters that actually come for these girls, they're just like normal young guys. They quickly pay their £20, have their sex, and then off they go on their night. They look like Joe Blogs, and these girls are they just need the money for their next fix. I don't recognise her. She's a new one.
For the last 13 years, Colin has been earning money as a sex worker.
Just checking my messages. My clients go to my email, or sometimes on Grindr. I check my emails about 20 times a day. And their messages, what a piss take. Let's have a look at my profile. Oh, there I am. It says, hey, bored at home, wanting business tonight, horny devil ready to please your delights.
Only 6% of sex workers in the UK are male.
If I don't get any clients to like go to theirs or come here, I'll end up going on this, down the Gardens, where you can make money down there anyways. The Gardens is a place where some people are like giving each other blowjobs, some are like handing money across. You get people come past in the cars who are trying to pick people up, paying the money for it. Oh, I'll have one. I just go up to the cars like the olden days. I say, do you want any business? As soon as I've had a drink in me, I'm not shy.
Those involved in sex work frequently experience violence.
People are being assaulted there. That's why people don't take much money down there anymore, because people are getting mugged for it and it's mad. That's a panic alarm my support worker gives us. If you're getting assaulted out like that, you just pull that. Oh, it's loud, mind, so what she hears, I'll pull it. I've never used it. I normally leave it in. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to take it. I've been raped before, sexually assaulted. I've had people refusing to pay us. I'm normally in Newcastle for about 11 o'clock. But sometimes I've been there 9 o'clock in the morning before, because that's what time the pub opens.
Since he was a teenager, Colin's had an addiction to alcohol.
Don't rattling in the morning if you don't have a drink. I woke up at like 3 in the morning, I had a drink at 3, so I don't feel that bad this morning. You have hot and cold flushes, your hands start shaking, and I don't like it, so I just have a drink instead. It's absolutely horrible. I wish I could come off it. People ask to fuck us all the time. I tell them no. All they get off me is like a blow job or like wanking, kissing, stuff like that. It's too risky because they can cut the condom out. You never know. So I only do it when I'm in a relationship.
In Britain, the average sex worker has around 25 clients a week.
I've had people who's married. I've had one vicar once who used to come around at night time. I see one where I go to his, he sits in the bath and you just got to piss on him. But he buys you loads of drink. When he buys you loads of drink, you piss more. He's alright, he puts money in my bank all the time. In. Give us £200 for Christmas. He says, buy yourself something nice and send us a picture of what you bought. So I sent him a picture of a pint in the pub. I've earned like £500 in one day before. I've always wanted to stop doing it. But when I drink, my money goes nowhere, just guns doing the drain straight away, and I come back to square one. And that's the only way I know how to get money. Got no clients. I'm going to have another swig of that, have a tab. Get all smarted up. Get to Newcastle on the metro. Then hopefully someone will come through this afternoon. I feel all right now. Not bad. Not bad at all.
The volunteers of the Women on the Frontline Ministries are out on the streets of East London, offering support to female sex workers by providing a listening ear, drinks, toiletries, and chocolates.
They're here every week. Condoms, food, clothes if they've got it, hot drinks. You know, you have a little chat with them. They've been doing it for years. Nothing but love for them. They're brilliant.
The majority of British girls the volunteers come across say they are funding an addiction.
I started smoking drugs when I was 14. That's how I got into the street. And I've been on the street ever since. I'm talking over 20 years now. Crack cocaine, prostitution, prison. That's my life. I've been attacked and raped a few times. I've been left for dead a couple of times. Truly, it's a miracle me standing here. I need a lot of help. All I know is I need help.
They have to make up their minds whether they want to come out. We can't force them. They have to make that choice themselves, but we just let them know whenever they're ready, we're there.
Group leader Sophia has encountered violence herself while trying to help sex workers on these streets.
I've experienced a horrific trauma. It was a local resident who had come off his medication. He had attacked me with a meat cleaver. Yep, so I ended up in the hospital for a couple of days, had stitches, had to go through counselling. I was determined that I was still going to come back out and do what I'm doing, so I can relate to how violent it can be on the streets for these women. Hello. Hi. How are you?
I'm alright.
Can I offer you a chocolate?
Yeah, why not?
What's your favourite?
I like the red one.
You've said that you've been in the industry 16 years. Off and on or continuously?
I've had a year and a half off, and other than that, only when I'm in prison.
And what stopped you from like exiting completely?
Some of us do it because we're not on benefits, and so that's the only way that we can make an extra change. I was in university, I was studying, at the same time I was pregnant. Unfortunately, I had a miscarriage. That then brought mental health, psychosis. I started to hear like my baby crying. As a result of that, I lost my job. Losing my job meant that I couldn't pay my rent, and then I lost my flat. And then from then, it was just a domino effect. I've started to become focused again, and that's through my family literally sitting me down and telling me, the way you're going, we don't know if you're going to be here in the next 5 years, and that got to me.
And what is your dream?
Just want a relationship with my son. Yeah. Take it as it comes.
Try and get in touch with us so that we can continue this conversation.
Can we give you a hug?
Yeah, why not?
We just pray, Almighty God, that you will heal your daughter of every hurt, every pain.
£29-year-old sex worker Colin lives in the northeast.
£4.10. What a liberty. Definitely looking forward to getting that pub. It's too cold out here.
He's heading into the city while he waits for clients to get in touch.
I'll keep checking the phone when I'm in Newcastle. There's a lot more clients there. If I get a job, I'll just go to the job and come back to the pub. It's easy as that. It could be a toilet, it could be go down the gardens, it could be when you meet us outside the shop and go somewhere. Looking for a job. I wish I could get a job, but the doctors always say, like, don't work yet till you're 100%. So I've just got to, like, wait till the doctor's happy with us. I got assaulted by picking a client up, a very serious assault. I got smacked around the head with something and I woke up naked. All I remember is having a chain wrapped around my ankle. I managed to press 999 on a phone nearby when he left the room. Then the police came in and tasered him. Getting attacked changed a lot and I hit the drink because I had to block it out. I was assessed by psychiatrists who diagnosed us with PTSD. I went to my GP. He turned around, the doctor, he went, Colin's going to take 2 years for you to get the therapy you need. I couldn't last another 2 years having the PTSD. And he says the best place to go is prison. Because if you go to prison, you'll get therapy straight away. I went back to my mate's house and I just picked the phone up and pretended I was going to blow the train station up. And I gave my real name just to go to prison. 16 months I received. And I got the help straight away.
Colin successfully detoxed, but he didn't have the long-term support needed to stay sober when he was released.
Can I have 2 Colin, please?
Absolutely, mate.
Colin's friend Brandon has come to meet him.
So what are you up to? Any clients?
No, I've checked my grinder this morning. I've checked my Sleepy Boys account. Not even one message. It's no good, is it?
Don't you want like a proper job or anything?
Yeah. When you knew I used to work.
Do you want to stop? Like, do you think it's going to be easy to stop?
I do want to stop, but when the door doesn't pay on time, like, I've got no option to do it because I need my gas and electric and need food and everything.
And drink?
And I'm a drink, obviously.
So if you stop like the escorting, do you think you stop the drinking? Or ease the drinking down?
I want to stop drinking first before I can stop escorting. My childhood was all right, but obviously when social services put us into residential care, because I was bad, I was too hyper, social services had us going from door to door, pillar to post. It was happy when I went back to see my mum once a week, but other than that, it was bad. When I was 16, I got in with the wrong crowd, started drinking. Then it just went bad, it just totally bad.
Colin turned to escorting and street work as a way of funding his alcohol dependency.
It's just a bit hard.
It's hard when you've done it for so long. It is going to be hard.
I've done it since I was 16.
My support's there anyway.
I know, but there's still more support what needs to be involved in it.
You've had no phone calls, you've had no clients. What you can do now?
I'll have to find someone. I might go down to the gardens.
But that's dangerous as well.
I know, it's all dangerous.
It's really risky, I think, that you can't tell someone how to run their life. I do worry about him because he could end up in the Tyne River or he could end up in the middle of a field somewhere. He doesn't think about the risks. He needs the money for the drink. It's definitely going to be really hard for him to sort that out.
Former young prostitute and addict Sonia has successfully turned her life around. Now she wants to help others who find themselves in a similar situation.
I'm about to do a talk to Genie in the Gutter, an excellent organisation who provide support for those people who are not in recovery just yet. I find myself getting all angsty and, butterflies in my tummy, but, it's also a thrill. 7 years ago when I come in, 6 stone, literally dying on my feet. A drug addict who at that time didn't have no hope. I'm proud of myself that I'm in a situation now to be able to give back to people.
Today, Sonia is sharing her story with staff from the organisation.
I've cried, I've ranted, I've raged.
What motivated you to make them changes and to realise that you were at your worst, to find recovery?
I knew when I was ready. I knew. I need help. Please, I need help. Couldn't think no more. I was broken as a person. The utter despair and the grim reality of being out there, being in danger, took a lot of risks. And all for me addiction. I knew I had to do something and do it quick. I need to go and rehab.
What type of stuff do you do now to enhance recovery?
Apart from your meetings, I try and get to the hostels where I can, speak to other women and men. It's important for me as an addict in recovery now to be out there and give that message.
And what type of things do you see yourself doing in the future then?
One of the things is doing outreach with the girls on the street. Because I found in my time working out there that when the ladies from the Armstead used to come round with tea, coffee, butties, clothes and stuff, that helped a lot. Thanks very much for allowing me to come here today and share my message of hope. I think it could be a big part of my future, becoming a support worker. I can get my message across. Yeah, it's definitely a future for me in support work. Absolutely.
In East London, Sophia and the volunteers of Women on the Frontline Ministries are spending their evening providing support to female sex workers.
I think the last time we went out, we saw about 6 girls. Once you're hooked on drugs, you find that in order to pay for your drugs, this is what you would do, work in prostitution. But the majority in one area, you would say probably 8 out of the 10 are probably on drugs.
I think when they come from Eastern European countries, often they are trafficked and they don't come here because they're reliant on drugs.
White British, black British are on drugs or alcohol.
There are around 32,000 women selling sex in London.
I first started taking heroin when I was 19 But then I got into crack cocaine when I lost my kids about 4 years ago. I'm doing prostitution to support my habit, really. Make money, smoke drugs. Just the same vicious circle. Making money and just smoking drugs. I've tried to stop it, but what am I actually stopping it for? So all I know now is to take drugs. I don't know anything else.
Who's going to want to employ them when they've got this kind of history of petty crime, soliciting for the purpose of prostitution?
A local resident shares what it's like to live in a red light district.
So how long have you lived in this area?
Since about 2012. You see a lot of female prostitutes.
Yeah. How do you know they're prostitutes?
Because every time I walk past, they ask for business in terms of sexual intercourse. It's not something we need to see.
It proves to be a busy night, in spite of the freezing weather, with a number of girls out working.
It's just kind of happened. It all goes with the smoking drugs, being on the road. 7 days a week I can't, 7 days. I've got a drug habit to fund. If I don't have it, I'll go into withdrawals. It's not nice. Cold, horrible, and scary, unpredictable. The violence, it's not nice. A few customers will come and they're just bastards. Horrible. I want to go home now, I'm freezing.
You notice that a lot of them as well are saying that they've got nowhere to live and they haven't got the support that they need. Even one of them made the comment that, okay, if I get out of it, what am I going to do? I'm going to be alone. I'm not going to have nothing to do. And that's what her thinking is. They need somewhere where they can, have that mindset change and encouragement and support that they need to exit. Night over. Time to go home.
Nice cup of coffee.
Oh, something warm.
Nice.
It's freezing. My hands are freezing. Oh my God.
It's the end of their shift, and time for Sophia, Marguerite, and Dee to head home. But their unwavering commitment means they'll be back out on the streets again in just a few days' time. In the northeast, sex worker Colin has had no clients via his online accounts, so he ventures into an area known as the Gardens, looking for work.
You alright, pal? How are you? Where are you from? London? Are you gay, like? I thought that when I spotted you there. Have you ever been here before? No? Yeah? Are you top or bottom? Both, versatile, greedy. Greedy. You're quite cute, mind. No worries. No, not tonight. You get loads of cars coming past all the time, looking at you and that. You go inside here, they can take you back to theirs. Someone will pay you. There's a lad with a torch there, coming out. Yeah, him. Does that see on the back of his top? Police. Oh, it's a copper. Well, he's not arrested now. Probably went for a quick blowjob. You don't feel safe? Are you walking up that way? I'll walk up with you.
It's not long before Colin bumps into someone else.
Hi, you alright? Where are you from? Durham. You come all the way up here. It's a long way to come just to come cruising. Do you get fucked down here often?
Yes.
Have you? Yeah. When was the last time you got fucked down here? 6 weeks. Was you nice?
Yes.
When you come down here, do you do it bare or do you do it safe? Bare? Are you not scared of catching anything? You're not bothered? Wow. What happens if you caught HIV or something off one of them? I'm absolutely shocked that you're the first person who's like come down and went, I'm not bothered. Do you know what I mean? I'm always safe, mate. I am. I'm too good looking to do this for free, I'm telling you.
You come down here a lot and you can get
Yeah, I come down here a few times, but like I don't just go across there at night time because it's quite dangerous. You get loads of idiots around here.
You get the odd idiot or something.
Yeah. Oh, you having a walk along here? Tonight it's been very quiet. A couple of conversations here and there. No money, no money. When you're asking, you've got to go out there and do it and get it straight away. But I would have worked harder if I needed that money tonight. But there was one guy in particular who goes down there and has sex without a condom. To hear that out someone's lips, to say that I'm not really bothered if I catch anything, it's just like, that shocked us. I do want to stop, but it is hard. What Brandon says to us today, no one's ever said that before. No one's ever says, I'll support you, I'll always be there for you. So I'm glad I've taken Brandon down to the gardens to show him the dangers. And I think that's playing on Brandon's mind and all.
It's a long journey for addicted young prostitutes to get off the streets and turn their lives around. Today, Colin is taking that first step to recovery by visiting a local sexual health clinic for advice.
When I went down to the gardens, the guy says he has bareback sex and he's not really bothered if he catches anything. Them kind of people, they are going to pass it around all the time, but I'm not like that. I always take the right measures to avoid catching something.
Colin? Hi, Colin.
Yeah.
Come in and have a seat, my love. My name's Caroline. Just give me 2 minutes to get into my system. What is it that's brought you along today, Colin?
Just for a normal checkup.
Any medical problems? Anything you see your GP about or get
No, not
prescriptions for, anything like that? How much alcohol would you drink in a normal week?
Oh Christ, I haven't got a clue.
What would you drink in a normal day?
A couple of cider, a couple of lager.
What was that, a can or a bottle or?
A can.
1 can a day?
No, more than that.
How many a day?
About 12 pints or something a day.
Wow, that's quite a bit. Right. Have you got a problem with drinking, do you think?
Yeah.
Or? Right. So the alcohol consumption is a concern, so I'm ticking that one. Do you take any recreational drugs?
No.
No cannabis,
No.
ecstasy, cocaine or anything like that? Great. What about chemsex? Do you ever go to chemsex parties or anything like that?
No.
Great. Sexual partners, would they be male, female, or do you have both?
Male.
Right. How many sexual partners have you had within, say, the last 6 months?
Oh God almighty, I haven't got a clue. A lot.
How many a day?
1 or 2 a day.
1 or 2 a day. Right. So are you selling sex?
Yeah.
Right. And how long have you been doing that for?
Since I was 16.
So that's quite a considerable length of time. Is that something that you're happy doing, or
No, I want to try to quit.
you want to try to quit? So what are you doing to try and stop selling yourself for sex?
When I'm trying to like stop my drinking first, because it's my drinking what's making us do it.
How long is it since you last had sex?
3 days ago.
So what I'm going to do is take a swab from the back of your throat, and then I want you to do me a wee sample so we can test your urine for gonorrhea and chlamydia. We can do the blood tests for HIV, syphilis, hepatitis B and hepatitis C. How about all that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you want the lot? Great.
Okay.
Colin will now have to wait a week to hear whether his tests have come back clear.
There's always a worry until you get results, so you just gotta wait.
There's that booklet for support around alcohol.
Yeah, no worries.
Anything you want to ask me about at all?
No, that's all.
Do you want any condoms whilst you're here?
Aye, please.
There's some condoms for you.
Right, cheers.
Okay.
All right.
Lovely.
Right, cheers.
Take care,
See
Flower.
you
Nice
later.
to see you, Colin.
Bye-bye.
Alcohol is probably one of his biggest problems that he's going to have to overcome to get out of this cycle and back on track. It would be brilliant if he can make a difference to his life and get back into employment as we know it, rather than having to sell yourself to earn a few bob.
I'm ready for a change at this time because I'm sick of drinking, I'm sick of going through all this. My hopes for the future, well, I found a stable accommodation now, so that's one off the box. Have a job and have a partner. That's my goals.
7 years ago, Sonia was addicted to drugs and working on the streets. Today, she's meeting up with her former support worker, Eve, who helped her turn her life around.
I think it's been, 7 years now since you first come to the services at Action on Addiction?
Yeah. It's been a struggle. I have good days and bad days.
Yeah. What do you think your struggles are?
My mental health, because I've been through a lot with sexual assaults and stuff. I think that is, for me, that plays a lot on my mind.
Yeah.
The best thing about it, though, is I've never wanted to use. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's amazing.
Because I've got the tools today. I've got my meetings, I've got great people around me. Couldn't have got through half the stuff without, yourself and, the services.
And if we could go back and you started at the beginning of them 7 years, that you came in and you were somebody who was quite hostile.
Yeah.
You didn't really want to hear anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, experiencing you today, Sonia, I've got to say, I mean, you are a completely different woman.
I remember what I was like, Eve. I was frightened of you, but I was frightened of people telling me, this is what you need to do, and they weren't doing it to hurt me. They were doing it to help me. Yeah. And that hostility was born from fear, the fear of change.
Yeah.
Learn to live without alcohol, drugs. Learn to trust people again. Learn to open up and be honest. It's been painful to have to slowly but surely take them steps to go, you know what, I've got to do this.
There was another side I also seen of you during that time, and that was one of real care and compassion for other people, giving support and help to them, because they'd lost the way a bit.
That's the biggest role that I can play in my recovery, is to stay sober and stay connected to people and be able to share my story to help others, because you know what, I remember being that vulnerable, being that girl.
I feel humbled by you right now. I think you're a miracle. You're an absolute miracle. I met a victim and here you are showing up a survivor.
I know.
What a difference.
I know.
Yeah. I'm so happy you come in to see me today.
Believe me, there's times where I wanted to run and not come back, but I've stayed because I knew out there for me I was going to die. In here, in the rooms, is where I was going to live. There's hope.
There's hope. People come into these services, they come from all different walks of life. Addiction does not discriminate. It will touch anybody's life. It's that knowing that you have to experience them physical withdrawals, and then that's when the real work begins. And quite often what people do is they have the detoxes and then they think that's it, that they're done, when there's a whole lot of other stuff to look at. I'm really positive about Sonia for the future. I think she's done amazingly well. It was a real surprise that she wasn't dead, that she hadn't died with the kind of lifestyle that she was leading. It really was.
It's because of the support workers across the UK that young people have the chance to successfully change their lives.
I think she's a miracle.
The Outreach programme in London are continuing their work in encouraging young addicts to seek help to leave the streets. Sonia is now regularly giving motivational speeches to young sex workers. And Colin got the all clear from the sexual health checks, is detoxing from alcohol and is applying for jobs.